Hello guys, welcome back to the actual first week of the month of October. So we haven't had any videos yesterday just because it was a Labor Day here in Australia, so public holiday in Australian wide. The office was closed. Of course, the market was open, but Australia market was very slow on the liquidity. Now, the week ahead looks very promising. Looks full of big opportunities, especially after the higher than expected NFP. I will be talking about that on the webinar tonight. So if you've not yet registered for the webinar, please do on the description of this video, register yourself for the webinar. The webinar link will be in there, so you can just register yourself. Easy, free, we don't charge you anything, we don't ask for credit cards, we don't ask for any sort of thing, just the email we can send the link to. 5 to 6 p.m. This afternoon. Okay, so let's have a look on what is happening towards the week. So today we had Tuesday, 8th of October, we had the RBA Meeting Minutes. Tomorrow, on Wednesday, we're going to be looking at South Korea. It's going to be holiday in there. But very important, we have the RBNZ interest rates decision, the Reserve Bank of New Zealand interest rates decision, and right after that at the rate statement. So it will be very interesting to see, because the New Zealand dollar has been pretty strong compared to the Australian dollar. Has been pretty weak compared to the Australian dollar. So I'm really interested to see how will the RBNZ address those topics on the currency market. But more in depth than that, I'm really curious to see how they will interact into the future, the future interest rates decision. So will they continue to pause? Will they continue to cut, or will they even have some hike in sort of instance towards the monetary policy? And then on Thursday, it's the big day, so we're going to have the CPI, core CPI, as well as FOMC meeting minutes for the USA. So CPI year-over-year is expected to be 2.3% from the previous of 2.5%. The core CPI month-over-month is expected to be 0.2% from the previous of 0.3%. CPI month-over-month is expected to be 0.1% from the previous 0.2%, and initial jobless claims expected to be 229,000 from the previous 225,000. Okay, so 4,000 more than the previous. Now, my opinion towards the CPI today on Thursday for the USA. The CPI pretty much has a lot to do, because after a much higher showing that the labor market is still very not losing traction on the USA, it's going to be very important for the Fed to measure the CPI very well. Just because from last week, before the release of the NFP, the Fed was expected to cut 50 basis points in the next month meeting, and now they're expected to cut only 25 after the really solid job gains and unemployment rate, as well as the average hourly earnings being released. Okay, so really interesting how this we're gonna react in a sort of the market for the CPI. And then on Friday we have GDP, German CPI and PPI. So GDP for the pound for UK, German CPI for Europe, of course, for German, and the PPI for USA. So, not much things happening until Thursday. Thursday is going to be the big day, but I do believe on a retracement on the currencies with the US dollar from the last week, from the strengthening that the US dollar could acquire towards the NFP. I do believe that euro dollar can continue to go lower, but there is a pullback coming very soon. So if you want to know what are the opportunities that I'm looking at for this week, don't forget, so this is it for this week. We don't have much volatility until Thursday. So don't forget to be present tonight. Well, this afternoon into the webinar. You can find the link for the registration at the description of this video, and I see you tonight. Otherwise, guys, please subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching our content. If you do have any questions, note it down and ask me tonight, or note it down and ask me just at this video. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll chat with you tonight or in the next video. Bye-bye.